Hello everyone, I am Sakshi Dhanokar. Today we will discuss about the clinical research. But first we start about the clinical research. We see about the research. So what is research? Research is a systematic process that is used for the identification of a new thing or a discovery. So what is clinical research? Clinical research is a branch of healthcare science that determine the safety, effectiveness of a medical devices, product, regimen, treatment regimen that is intended for the human use. So this process is time consuming and take us several years to complete. So what is a clinical research? Clinical research is a observational and the experimental studies on a human subject to test a new drug or combination of a drug products or biologics or drug devices that use in a medical for its safety and the therapeutic use in a human, or in the new approaches to surgery, radiotherapy, a procedure to improve the diagnosis of a disease and the quality of a life of the patient. So, shortly, we say that the clinical research is an investigational study of a drug or the combination of a drug on a human to check the safety and the efficacy of a drug or to check the toxicity of a drug. Clinical research is a time consuming process. It takes us several of years, up to 50 to 20 years to complete it. It contains the observational studies and the clinical trial studies on a human to find out the safety, efficacy of a drug and to check the toxicity of a drug. So why do we need research study? First, we collect the data, usual, unusual event or condition and the population to find the data or collect the data of a population. Second one is the test the hypothesis formulation and the observation studies. So why we need a clinical researches? Because it help to understand the human diseases and develop a new treatment and improve the existing treatment. It helps to understand the new diseases that occur in our life or human diseases that develop a new treatment and improve their existing treatment. It helps to develop our knowledge and improve the human health or increase the or understanding of a human biology. Clinical research help in this way. So we need the clinical research. So now we see about the feature of a clinical research. First is a randomization. In clinical research, randomization studies proceed. What is randomization studies? In randomization studies, bulk of peoples or bulk of a patient get contained and certain treatment are produced on it. In these, randomly peoples are used to check the safety, efficacy, and the toxicity of a drug. Studies include case studies, cohort studies, cross-sectional studies. In these studies, we require a number of patients or we required a randomized patient for a treatment and to check the safety and the efficacy and the toxicity of a drug. So now we see how to randomization study work. In this randomization study, details of everyone taking part in the trials are put into the computer. So the computer put each person into a treatment group of a random. So the computer program take into a amount details such as age, their disease, stage of disease, and the make use to group as a similar is as a possible. So these are taken in the randomization study. Next one is a blinding study. Blinding in a clinical trial. So blinding represent an important distinct aspect of randomized control trial. The term blinding refers to the keeping trial participants investigator. Investigator means the usually healthcare professional, their assistants or nurses, etc. Those collecting the data from the patient of the drug and unaware of this assigned intervention, so that they are the influenced by that knowledge. Blinding study contains single blinding and the double blinding. In case of single blinding, the participants are unaware about this the treatment, how the treatments are going on this or going on it. So in a double branding, there is a participants as well as healthcare professional, that is the healthcare professional, that is the investigator. Both are unaware about this drug or that study, so what's going on a patient. So in these stages we find toxicity, effectiveness and safety of a drug on a patient and collect the data of that drug.